Hey, you awesome music makers, how's it going out there? I hope everybody's doing well, and hope you guys are staying busy with the gigs. I know some of you do it part-time, some of you do it full-time, and this is obviously a holiday weekend. And by the way, happy 4th of July, happy Independence Day. I would think I would be working today, but well, I'll fill you in on my little thing. Is I ended up filling in for a guy that was out for the whole month of June. So so right away the owner called me at the social in the village downtown Big Bear, and he told me that he said he gave me the option. He gave me an offer. He says, "This guy's out. Do you want to take his slot?" So I was basically opening up for the house band that plays every weekend, Friday and Saturdays, and this place just packs out every weekend. Now, grant you, these are screwed up times right now, and gas is over the top, especially here in California. Why it's more here, I have no clue. We got a fucked up fucking governor. He's a piece of shit. Anyways, but that being said, so it's really affecting the resort towns, and this is a resort town. It's close to LA. It's eastern. It's in the San Bernardino Mountains, so it's east of LA, and it is right below the Inland Empire, and so you get a lot of people in San Bernardino, the whole Inland Empire, Riverside, from Palm Springs all the way out to La Mesa, down south to La Mesa. They all come up to Big Bear. They'll come because it's close, it's close for them. So anyways, they're taking a hit. It's slow, but, and the crowds are like numb. I've been averaging out about $100 a night in tips, and so it's not too bad, but I think it could be better. But anyways, so I did these Saturdays all through the month of June, which I'm sure I mentioned in the previous vlog. Yeah, it's taking a hit, and people are kind of numb. It's so weird. They're out on that patio deck, and they're eating and they're enjoying themselves, and I got a lot of people recording me lifting up their phones, and that's a good sign, because they enjoy what you're doing. So, but it's so weird. I got a couple sing-along songs, one of them being Sweet Caroline, and it was like pulling teeth to get people to sing. Usually that's a big party song, like everybody can sing, they do the ba 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 and all that crap. But yeah, it was hard, and it's been hard this whole month. I did a gig. You'd think I'd be booked today, but I'm not, because everybody's booked solid. Nobody's canceled out, because I'm the new guy, so I fill in when people drop out or can't make it or whatever. But so the crowds are real kind of numb because of what's going on with our country, and especially here in California, and all the liberal states going up the coast from Oregon to Washington. And I think everyone's just kind of numb, from what's going on. It's just not right. And a lot of people say, well, you can't blame the president for the gas situation. Bullshit. You know where it starts? You know where you go to? That's why they call him the commander-in-chief? It starts at the top. You go to the top. And he doesn't know what he's doing. He's got the far left screaming in his ear. The Democrats are like, what's going on? It's so sad. It's such a mess. But the good news is we've got people like us, solo artists, the duets and bands and so forth. We've got a job to do. We got to put smile on people's faces, give them a little peace, and because that's what music brings. It brings an overwhelming euphoria of peace and happiness, because some of those songs remind you from back in the day when things were okay, and so yeah, we have a job to do. We got to get out there and do it, man. Just so that's why I support everybody. That's there's room for everybody. So if you're just starting out, don't stop. Just keep going. Get in the woodshed. Learn the songs. I noticed a couple people in here that that are just starting off, and they had mentioned it. There was I'll go across the thing and I'll kind of mention them, and also thank the new subscribers we have on the channel. We got a few new this week. It kind of went dead for a while. It didn't even go anywhere. But you know, it's you can't overthink that stuff, because it's just, it is what it is. If people enjoy what you do and they love it, great. So anyway, so this is kind of a Q&A thing. So let's do that. Let's do the Q&A thing. I'm gonna have to double up on these glasses. I'm gonna look like a fucking idiot. So don't laugh. Anyway, let's start at the top here. I had some really good questions. You guys got some really good questions. I think the one right off the bat is, I'll read this to you real quick. His question was by Lee Douglas Music. Do you have multiple sets ready to go? He says, I have a gig at 3 p.m. in a busy town called Harrogate, in a bar, and I'm naturally feeling I should play more mellow tunes, not like classic sing-along Saturday night stuff. Do you have sets ready to go? Do you like afternoon chill sets, upbeat, nighttime sets, etc.? Okay, he's got a little more. Oh no, he doesn't. Okay, so my answer to that is, you know what? In a nutshell, I wing it. I just do. I'm that way. I like to be spontaneous and wing it, because if you stick to a set list, and now there's got some ups and downs to that, because I go by a book. A lot of people have a notepad or whatever, iPad or whatever it is, and they got that thing that goes through it, and that's great. And I think those things are great. I just don't have time to learn and program those things and put all my songs in there. And I'm a little afraid too. Of course, you would never want to throw your manual book away that you have all the songs in and lyrics. You'd want to keep those for backup, but it is a little scary if something happens, that iPad goes out, or you get a weird glitch and boom, it's all gone. Then you freaking, load it all up again and blah, blah, blah. I just don't do that. I just wing it by the book, and the downside is, yeah, I got to kind of thumb through it, but I'm knowing my book pretty good. I've got a lot of tabs. I've got a tab for Beatles, I've got Beatles. Who do I got? I got tabs that say like classic kind of rock songwriter stuff. I've got a tab that says Neil Diamond. I've got like 5 Neil Diamond songs. Got a tab that says the Beatles, Rolling Stones, Bob Dylan tab. I've got a country tab, and then I have an upbeat tab. So if it calls for upbeat and I see people got ants in their pants and they're dancing whatever, you just kind of have to feel the crowd out. So that's what I do. I just wing it, because things change on the dime. I mean, you just don't know what the crowd's going to do, how they're going to react to certain songs. So you stick to a set and you go, okay, wait a minute, this beautiful songwriter stuff isn't, they're kind of yawning, and okay, these guys want a little more upbeat, maybe something a little bit more popular that they heard, or whatever, because a lot of my songs, not a lot, but quite a few, people say, oh, Beatles, well, I do the B-side of stuff. I don't do the big hit songs that the artist had. I do a few, like Sweet Caroline, I do that. That's a sing-along song. I don't have a set list there, though, Lee. I don't do that. I just, but that doesn't mean you can't do, figure out a setup that works for you. Yeah. So that's what I do, and so I just wing it. I've got a songbook of, I'd probably say I got. And each page is double-sided, so I probably have like 60, 70 pages of, you know, those liners, and I have a song on both sides. So if you times that twice, 67. I have probably less or close to 200 songs. You know, so what I've been doing lately also too is when you have that many songs, you really have to take a night. I'll do that sometimes, because if I know if it's going to be kind of mellow or whatever, I'll pull out songs I haven't done in a long time, because you got to kind of have to keep those in your set. You know, you need to pull it out of your hat if somebody comes up and does request something. I'm not really big on requests either. I just don't. I'm not. You know, if I have it and it's close by, I'll do it. But you know, I just do what I like, and people seem to like that. And I even said one time, I hope you guys don't have any requests. I mean, if I have it, I'll do it. And everybody says, no, just stick to what you want to do. So I get support on that. You know, people don't get really frown if you don't answer requests or you know, don't, you know, do requests. Anyway, so that's on that one. He was asking if I have a you know, a kind of a set list, you know, like a mellow list. But actually, in my book, I do have a tab for songwriter song, which is usually on the mellow side, and then I have a country, and then I have upbeat. So yeah, so I can thumb through it and get to where I need to be pretty quick. You know, it doesn't take that long. Let's see what else we got here. I'm surprised you guys didn't have more questions. Welcome, Darren Taylor. There's a new guy here. He joined the community here. Thanks to Darren for joining. Let's see here. What do we got? Oh, and this guy here, Reg, you know who you are. He says, for the love of God, where the hell are you? Laugh out loud. Looking forward to your next post. Hurry up. I'm back. I'm back, Reggie. And thanks for the wake-up call. I appreciate that. Let's see. Warren's doing good. And then some of these guys that are on here that you'll see on the comments, you need to go and check those guys out too. I mean, some of them are just starting off. They're trying to get a channel, I think, going. Maybe a couple really aren't. They just they like to obviously just put their document and put their stuff on there that they've been doing. And I think you should do that, right? You know, for family, friends, whatever, or if you want to start a channel, right? Try to sell some of your songs or whatever. And so Warren Evans, he does an acoustic thing. This guy rocks, man. He does I had a chance to go to his page, and he does some Neil Young. I hope I got that right. Yeah, Neil Young. I think he does like a tribute kind of thing to Neil Young. He even looks like him. And this boy here has had some challenges, and I'll let him tell you, but if he wants to, or if you ask him any questions. But this guy's pulling it off. He's looking good, and he's getting out there and he's doing a tribute to I almost said Johnny Cash, but no, it is I believe it's Neil Young. And Warren, if I'm wrong, I apologize, but I'm almost positive it's Neil Young, because I remember it's Neil Young. So if you guys get a chance, check out some of these guys that are on the comments, man. They're pretty freaking cool. And you know, I learned from you guys, even though I'm just sharing what my routine on what I do. You could do the same, you know, or you might want to throw a suggestion at me and saying, hey, maybe you should try it. I do this, and I'll go, because I ain't that bright, you know. I have my moments, but I'll go, oh shit, guy's right, you know, boom, I'm going to try that, you know. You just never know, man. It's all about networking and sharing, right? That's what I say. See, we got any more questions? Here, there's one. Okay, that was Lee Douglas that I already answered on that. All right, okay, let's move on down here. Maybe I should go to the actual page. Yeah, we got a lot of, in the last 4 days or so, we've got rifting on new guy, and welcome aboard, brother. Keith Peacock, he's on here, and Dave Moskin, he's on here. Oh, we have a female on here. I loved it. Great if we could get some more girls out there. I know I had more questions on here. Great. Oh, I want to go back to the female. Welcome aboard. I think she's starting off. Where'd she go? Donna. Watch your video. Because I never solo. She's never soloed before. But she plans to in the future. She ordered a TC, and by the way, Don, congratulations on the TC. You're not going to be sorry. Have patience with it. It's user friendly, and you get that down. It's such an amazing tool, and it just adds the cherry on the cake on your performance, even if you don't have a drum machine or a Beat Buddy or anything like that. Yeah, I mean, you can use it for looping. It's got looping on there. I don't think the looping time's very long or whatever, but it's kind of weird to do the loop on the Play Acoustic. So, anyways, Donna, congratulations on that for sure. Let's see, Dean, well, I appreciate the way you share your things you've learned. Thanks for sharing. Okay, he's just starting out. All right, Dean, you're just starting out. You'll do it, dude. You'll get out there. You just got to practice, and you don't have to practice, just 15, 20 minutes a day. Start learning a song, start building up your song list, because that's your product, really, is your song list. You're part of the product, but your song list is it's you and the song list, and your talent on guitar. Well, there's a lot of little things, but you get what I'm saying. Glenn Carter as a artist, Australia. Recommended Beat Buddy, Australia. Okay. Australia. Okay, great advice. Solo artist from Australia. He's using the Play Acoustic and the Beat Buddy. Love your recommendation, dude. I'm so happy that's working out. I know I commented back to you on that, but I'm so glad that's working out for you. You don't need much, and like I said, what I do is like. My wife Kim, she's going, well, why don't you teach me bass? And that's not a bad idea. I'm going to maybe teach her bass. I've got a 3/4 scale bass, Squire bass in there that I use in the studio for recording. And it's 3/4 scale, so it's not a big, long thing. So, and it sounds great. And so, yeah, but people wonder, I use the TC Helicon, a Play Acoustic, and the Beat Buddy, right? People go, God, it sounds like I'm listening to the radio. I mean, and the thing is like, well, how can that sound that great with just an acoustic and drums, no bass? Well, because I have to give some of the thanks to the Martin, because the Martin's just got a nice deep woods sound to it, the D35 I play. And also I play a half a step down, which makes it more fuller, which makes it sound like there's actual bass going on. Yeah, really, it's a trip. Because people go, God, it sounds like you've got, people think I've had a couple of people come up to me and go, are you using backing tracks? Nope, I won't use backing tracks. I might use backing tracks to rehearse, or maybe do my guitar my guitar licks, as a lead guitar player. I got a couple Strats inside, and I play those quite a bit. And then, so I use that for recording. And so, But yeah, that works out for me, and I'm amazed. People are just like, I was always afraid of that when I first started. That I'm going, God, it's gonna sound weak. But then I realized, oh, well, wait a minute, I tuned a half a step down. It's the acoustic. It's just got such a full body, no spanky. So yeah, anyways, but let's get to the next one here. Okay, I think I've got another question here. One more question. I might have to do a live thing too. Maybe that might be better to do a live thing, because I'm strolling. Because some of the questions were from I believe from other videos. that I had posted, so it's hard to find that. But I happened to copy and paste this and stuck it on my desktop, but it was a good question. And I don't even know if I have an answer for it, but let me read this to you. It's pretty interesting. And I've had this happen. But he says, his name is Campbell. I might have done something wrong. I'm sorry if I don't get your first right. But anyways, he says, great advice always. I had something come up at a gig a few nights ago. A drunk guy came up in the middle of the first set and wanted to play something on my guitar. I diplomatically said, declined. And then he then kept coming up as I was performing, getting more aggressive, shouting that I was crap. And I got very heated. I was very close to losing my temper with him. He got kicked out eventually, but he knocked me, and the rest knocked me for the rest of the night. How do you deal with stuff like that? Well, Campbell, do you have all you need is, you don't need a big gun, but a 9mm would be just fine. No, I'm kidding. Just joking. Well, you know, I think you probably handled it the best way for the situation, the way it was arising, the way it came up. I'm sure people were witnessing this, you know, I'm sure people were like going, dude, and maybe obviously somebody did step in, unless you told whoever's working the floor of the venue you were playing at, and told him, and then they took him out. But yeah, people can be rude. It's screwed up out there, man. And I'm gonna probably end up hearing about more of this too, and I'm sure it'll probably happen to me as well. It hasn't happened to me lately, but I played in a little town in Dunsmuir, California, and it's right on the border, right by Mount Shasta. And I did a gig up there, and so my wife is usually with me. She helps me hook everything up. She'll help me carry gear. She's just an amazing soul. So and she's just my best friend. I love her to death. I had a girl I was playing. It was a great show. I made money. I made tips. I think I made a couple $100 in tips. And anyways, so this girl kept coming up, and you know, the way I have my gear set up, my monitors, you know, I have my effects, the TC and the Beat Buddy switch on the ground on top of my conditioner. Okay, so I sit on a bar stool, so I'm up kind of high, and then in front of that, and the conditioner has the outlets on the outside, and I can plug in all my stuff, and the board on the side. I can even bring in the power to my powered PA speakers to come in and plug in. So anyways, in front of that though, I have my monitor. I have a little Alto 12-inch monitor, two-way, and I had them when they first came out. Things still bangs away and worked good, sounds great. So anyways, this girl came up, and she, I don't think she wanted to play or anything. I think she just wanted a piece of me. She wanted to touch me, whatever. So my bodyguard, my wife, Kim, she grabbed her because she was ready to fall into my equipment and fall into the music stands, fall into the mic, and she would have hurt herself because there's a lot of sharp shit around there, right? So, but she pulled her off, had to pull her off a couple times. And yeah, that was annoying. And when you talk about throwing off your game, you know, it knocked you through a loop. That kind of stuff does, you know. Even though it's flattering, they just want a piece of you or whatever. I haven't had anybody in all the years that I've been doing. I've never had a guy get upset, but I know it happens. I know it happens. I never had a guy that said, you know, hey, can you let me do a song or let me sit in? I think when we were in the band, when I had a band going back in the days, that's happened a couple times then. But as a solo artist, no. Because, dude, you're the authority. You're taking over you are the show. You know, even if it's just background music, you are it. And you know, you can't let anybody just do that, you know. But I am absolutely positive you handled it you kept your cool. I probably would have, what would I have done? I wouldn't have wanted to bust up my Martin, but I could have slammed it over his head. But no, I would have, I definitely would have got somebody in the house to take care of it. And I know it's kind of hard to do. He probably came up in the middle of a frickin' song. Really, dude? How rude is that? Well, anyway, so yeah, I'm sure you handled it fine. And like I said, if you didn't report it to somebody on the floor, I'm sure somebody was witnessing what was going on and saw what was going on. And they gave the people on the floor or the manager or whoever heads up, get this guy out. So, but luckily it came out okay. They kicked him out, but it sucks. I know it really screws with your performance, you know, because we're putting our heart and soul out there, you know. I don't just sing songs, and I really get into it. I almost like believe the songs, and some of the songs I do, especially the ones I really like a lot, I'm like, I sing it like it's my own, you know. So yeah, so when something like this happens, it sucks ass, that's for sure. So I don't know if there was any more questions. I didn't see any more on the, let me look one more time. So we're going to call this done here. So okay, one more, I'm going to tell you one more little thing here. If I missed your question, you guys, on this video, put all your questions on this video, the most recent video, because that really helps me out a lot. It's all right there, and I can go through it, make a list. So anyway, you guys, I hope you're having a wonderful 4th of July, Independence Day. Stay safe, be good, I love you all, man. Thanks so much. Thanks for all the support on this, in this community and on this channel here. It really means a lot to me, because I know people are listening. You know, they want to soak it up. So I just thank you so much for all the support. And I do have a donation tab down there if you guys want to help donate on the channel, because it takes work and it takes time to get this all together. So anyways, I love you all. Happy 4th of July, and talk to you next week. Ciao.